Welcome to the most unique podcast. It is the Menacing Millennial Podcast. We're coming at you twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. If that changes, or if you want to get a hold of us, please hit us up on Facebook at Menacing Millennials.
Thank you, Brent. We are your three hosts, Russ, Brent, and John, the best Menacing Millennial podcast in the history of the world. Look us up on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Menacing Podcast.
And prepare to be menaced by our wit, our charm, and our millennialness. And if you're not a fan of social media, looking at you, Brent, you can find us by email, menacingpodcast@gmail.com, and find us anywhere podcasts are available.
Are we going?
Yeah, we're going now.
Are we going to go?
We are going.
We are.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Brent, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
Great to have you here.
Thanks. Sorry about last week Friday. To our listeners, I didn't mean to leave you with these two talking about sweets and whatnot. I listened to the episode. I went to the dentist immediately and had a root canal because one tooth rotted out.
Just by listening?
Just by listening.
That'll happen. We got several complaints about that.
Yeah, I also went to my GP and had my blood tested, make sure I didn't have diabetes. So.
Oh, good. There you go. Negative, I'm assuming?
Not good news. So.
Okay.
I need to eat.
Very sorry.
Eat my vegetables.
It's kind of weird. I had an opposite emails. Everyone loved it from my. They said actually they ate more sweets.
Okay.
So.
We actually now, we got an offer to be sponsored by Hershey.
Oh. But we'll get the first bar in about 15 years.
Hershey's,
John
negotiated the contract again.
The Hershey Kisses, though, they want those immediately. We'll get those immediately.
Yeah, but it was weird. They told us we had to give them kisses.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
no,
it was really weird.
John signed off on it.
Yeah. No, actually, I didn't. So
15 years from now,
we're giving Hershey some kisses.
Signed off on that one. So.
Oh boy,
what's that?
The man of mystery signed off on that one.
He doesn't have any authority on the podcast.
No, he did it though. That's the thing. That's weird.
None of us really do.
We're all managers.
Well,
all middle managers. Not a single one of us have somebody under us.
Yeah. Well, the media crew is under the media writers. I saw their post, and apparently you guys were writing your memoir of glutton on Friday. I don't know. They seemed like they were a little
mean. there was something about that. Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know how that got leaked to our. To our team there, our social media team. That was a bit surprising that they found out about the book.
It was more so to show how America has the best desserts ever.
Yeah, yes. But none of the American desserts were like...
That's true.
The only top 10 American dessert was the brownie.
Should have won, actually.
Yes. You said that several times. Both of you did.
Absolutely, it should have won. Still should have. Yep. The most versatile dessert. I stand by that claim.
And by the way, you guys were talking about what cake can hold somebody's weight. Come on, guys. It's a fruit cake.
I don't think you're allowed to call them that.
Solid. Well, whatever.
Red light, Russ, red light.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. A fruit cake. Well, you're very... Is that really a cake, though? I guess I
don't know. I don't know. I tried it one time and I was like, this isn't for me.
I think that's how everybody is with fruitcake.
Fruitcake with frosting? Don't mind if I...
I don't know how it has become such an enduring dessert over the Christmas season.
Oh. It's funny because I think one company actually took the fruitcake idea. They took this idea. Somebody brought the fruitcake to their house on Christmas, and they made it the Yuletide log.
It
became the starter log that you can buy now at any store.
Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. I have a little bit of a different theory on it. It's very similar, but it's the reverse, kind of.
Okay.
Somebody brought home a starter log, and Aunt Myrtle had been hitting the eggnog a little too hard, and she saw that, and she's like, this is a delicious piece of cake. Where did you get it from? And not wanting to make Aunt Myrtle look foolish, they said, well, it's fruitcake.
Yeah. And that's the story. Those are the myths that have started the fruitcake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So. And then I do have to go back a couple weeks.
We'll allow it.
Yeah, when I wasn't on again for a Friday. But
what are you getting Fridays off now?
Yeah.
How did you negotiate that?
Don't worry about it. I know how to negotiate.
You didn't put it off for 15 years down
No,
the road.
no. I was like, I'm getting every Friday off in perpetuity. They're like, okay.
We don't even know what that word means.
But you guys were talking about the doomsday clock.
Oh, you weren't here for the doomsday
No,
clock?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I was really sad because I wanted to ask, is the doomsday clock on Eastern time, or is it Pacific time, or is it Mountain time?
Or is it even daylight savings
Yeah,
time?
is it daily? Because we just sprung ahead.
Yeah, that's a horrible thing. I hate that
So
now
much. did the doomsday clock spring ahead a little bit?
We
should really...
Yeah, what time zone is the doomsday clock on?
I think it's on Central River time.
Ooh, Central River. I heard on the avalanche time.
On the
Yeah. It kind of just goes with the flow.
Well, we need to know because, I mean, if it hits midnight on the doomsday clock in our hemisphere and our time zone,
how can we fly
will
to
it be? Yeah, can you escape it?
Can we
go? Well, I just bought 3 more hours.
Yeah, can we fly to like Australia and be like, gotcha by a day?
Or fly ahead of it.
Yes.
And get, you fly into like England or something.
Yes.
And you're like, all right, well, I'm out of the doomsday midnight.
Or
now.
you can warn everybody and then you could become like a prophet.
Back in time.
Yeah.
I think if you go, you'd have to go the opposite direction that the Earth spins.
Oh, okay. Fast enough?
Earth rotates.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got to do it fast enough.
Wait, does the Earth rotate clockwise or counter?
Well, it just like flips like a pancake. It's flat, obviously.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
We all have to. It's getting pretty close. I did see this just recently in a scientific journal. It's getting pretty close to us having to run to the top to get to the other side, so that when it flips, we don't capsize.
Oh, you got to do that.
Yeah, it's gonna be survival of the fittest. Really, that's what Darwin was talking about.
That's what he was talking about because it's just slowly rotating.
Yeah,
and
so
you got to get to that. What's on the other side? New Earth.
New Earth.
Earth. B-side.
Yeah, it's like a cassette tape.
Exactly. Get to the flip side of Earth. That's what it means. That's how the phrase "catch you on the flip side" came about.
Exactly.
Yep.
Little known facts that you'll get here on the show.
We're fountains of information.
We are.
Just absolute fountains. People might be a little surprised that there's no trivia. As I mentioned last Friday, trivia will be on this coming Friday. We got a special one for Brent.
That's if I show up.
That's true. It's a Friday.
Yeah.
So it'll be so you think you're smarter than John.
Yeah. Let's not count the chickens before they're hatched.
Well, in that case, are you ready for trivia today, Russ?
Oh.
This is Star Wars Part 5. No,
oh my. Oh my.
I'm just joking.
Question number 185.
Out of just a mere 1,050.
Just a small amount.
Who was the first person to shake hands with Luke Skywalker?
This will be a year of Star Wars each week. Star Wars trivia.
So, last week you mentioned that one of our listeners wanted to dive deeper into why my son thinks that Jesus was ripped.
Yeah.
And how that started.
Talk of wanting to know kind of some more around that.
Protein.
Just like
he ate a lot of protein.
A lot of protein. A lot of locusts.
Yeah.
Wild honey.
Manna? Right?
I think that was John the Baptist, dude.
Wow, how do you know
Read
Jesus?
Read your Bible.
They were cousins.
Which Bible?
You don't think he shared? You don't think John the Baptist shared?
His locusts?
And
honey?
Yeah, you don't think he shared it?
He's like, hey, Jesus, come here. Jesus is like,
You think he dipped the locust in the honey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Why do you think we have chocolate-covered crickets now? Somebody was like, you know what, John? I like where you're going with the honey and the locusts, but have you tried cricket and chocolate?
Do you know they make certain flours out of certain flour? Certain flour, Flour,
Hey, watch it.
out of crickets. They
Gross.
grind up the crickets, and it's a little bit more sustainable for places where it's hot and dry.
Sure. And I know that this is an episode full of facts. That's what your fruitcake is made out of cricket flour.
Cricket flour. That's why you shouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
I always feel a hop in my step after I eat that.
Yeah.
I always feel like playing the violin whenever somebody makes a bad joke.
Yeah.
I think my name changes to Jiminy, too.
Jiminy,
I always, after I eat a fruitcake, I'm always giving sage advice to people.
Just appearing on their shoulder.
Yeah. Like, why are you on my shoulder again?
Could you please leave me alone?
Listen. Shh, listen.
Jiminy is here to give you advice.
Can you stop whispering right into my ear?
So
your breath is very... I don't like this.
Very moist? I don't like it. Why is there so much air? Why?
How much have you had to drink today?
Shh. Like, I just got a contact buzz off of your breath, man. I have to drive home. So the conversation, I thought I went over this, but that's fine. The conversation was pretty basic. My son and I were sitting in the sitting room because we have one.
Yeah, but you did go over that. What prompted him to...
Nothing. He just looked at me and was like...
He didn't share his...
No. There was no context behind it.
No,
it was just, hey, Dad, was Jesus ripped? Well, he carried a cross, so, like, he's pretty strong. And he goes, no, seriously, and I'm like, what? And my wife is sitting there, and she goes, well, he saw a crucifixion with Jesus on it, and I was like, okay, now this is starting to make a little bit more sense.
Had a 10-pack, just
I was
ripped
like,
abs right now.
But a lot of the crucifixions that have Jesus on it, it would be kind of weird to like look up and he looks like Buddha. He's got like this giant gut.
But he wouldn't though, I never say because gluttony is one of the seven. Yeah. So he wouldn't be that. So he's got
seven. I like how you're taking that from the Brad Pitt movie,
from the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah. I mean, it isn't. It's talked about. I don't know if it. I mean, it is kind of a sin, but anyway.
You want to point out which part in the Bible talks about the 7 deadly sins?
Yeah,
sure. I'll get back to you next week.
Thanks.
Hey Siri.
Is it second hesitations?
Yeah.
The part where it talks about Jesus' exercise regimen and diet.
Yeah.
I think it was actually 32-gram protein, chapter 1, verse 2.
There you go.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, but when you have like 13 guys hanging out, you consider them gym bros, right?
Yeah. Oh.
I mean,
yeah.
Him and the disciples walking around with the protein farts. It happens. It happens.
Farts, maybe?
Maybe cricket.
The protein farts?
Dude, that's not even something to joke about.
It kind of isn't, actually.
Those things would gag a corpse.
I just think you're dying from the inside out.
No.
Happening there.
It's
you're
like
a rotting corpse at this point.
It's letting everybody else around you know, like.
Oh, so you're like a vegan.
I'm getting my protein. No,
you're farting out all the toxins that should be in your body. That's what it really is. That's what it's doing.
No, because your body is rotting.
You can
from
like
the inside
taste.
Out
you can like taste what the dude had for the meal. You're like,
ooh, scrambled eggs.
Bit chalky, buddy. Scrambled eggs.
A bit chunky.
Chalky.
It's like this has moved on from just farting.
Sir, I don't think you're farting anymore. Hold on.
We have another name for that, sir.
So I guess he saw a crucifixion with Jesus on it, and he was ripped. And then I like started thinking, instead of just going like, dude, no one really knows no one was taking selfies with Jesus. No one was making caricatures of him at the local fair.
Crucifixion.
You know? Yeah. Hashtag.
No one's gonna do that.
Hashtag at the crucifixion. But I was like, it kind of makes sense, man. I mean, they ate healthy. They walked everywhere. And and he was a carpenter, so he had to
define eating healthy.
He wasn't eating any of the stuff that you guys talked about last week.
Oh, so he wasn't even living.
Oh, wow. But yeah, so he was, he ate fish and good meat and some wheat that the Pharisees all griped about. It's neither here nor there. I don't want to get in. I don't want an email from like an Orthodox Jew. Yes, but it was unclean wheat. No, it wasn't.
Do you think Jesus drank wine?
Yes.
Yeah, that is recorded in the Bible.
Several times, actually.
Turned water into wine.
Well, he turned water doesn't mean he partook in it.
No, he did.
Oh, okay.
Somebody brought a 24-pack of Aquafina and he turned it into to whatever
24-pack
Australian
wine.
The barefoot turned it into the barefoot wine.
A nice Cabernet.
He's like, wait, I have to taste test this to make sure this is proper. So here we go.
I am Mr. Perfect, but I just want to make sure I got this right. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Aquafina. Great.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be Dasani. We all know that.
Yeah. And Fiji, I mean.
Oh, that would have been.
That's a little pricey for a wedding.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, yeah. So
Imported.
I was just.
Natural spring water.
So I just, kind of got into it. And I was just like, no, I mean, I don't think he was like, he might not have been like shredded, but he definitely was. I don't think he was overweight.
A lot of walking.
Yeah. So.
Probably the occasional push up. Maybe he should have set up two.
Yeah, maybe.
You never know.
I mean, like I said, he was a carpenter.
Yeah, a carpenter. Yeah,
he had to lift some logs and stuff.
A lot of movement, physical job.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what happens between the age of 13 and then when he starts his ministry.
Mm-hmm.
So he, dude could have been getting swole too.
And I'm sure that when they made like,
hey, yo, Dad, check this out. I'm like, Jesus, that is for the cupboards that we are making for your mother. Can you please set it down? My goodness.
We have to remember too. They would make their own houses too, either brick or logs and everything too. So yeah, like a lot of.
Maybe he dabbled in some masonry. I'm not saying that he was a mason.
He was a Freemason.
I don't want to throw that out there, but
he was the Mason.
Actually, I mean that is actually the concept of Freemasonry.
Yeah,
is that Jesus is the master Mason or whatever the commander Mason.
Don't. Oh no, that's the wrong group. Never mind.
Mason General.
Yeah, I know.
Because it would fish, bread, obviously.
Yeah. But good bread, not the stuff that we have
honey,
today.
Yeah, so they were there.
Locusts.
Probably the occasional cow.
What made it good bread back then?
It wasn't diluted and polluted with other things. It was pure wheat, and it wasn't like
chemicals, preservatives.
Preservatives.
Those are the worst thing that ever happened to the world. Feed millions of people with it. Yeah, it's terrible stuff.
Oh boy.
From starving to eating. Oh yeah, sounds like a terrible.
I did hear that Jesus used a ton of chemicals when he used the 5 loaves and 2 fish to feed 5,000 people.
Yeah,
yeah. He was just pouring on.
He got it from Monsanto.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, this needs a little bit of lime, a little bit of lemon, and hey, let's get these antibiotics pumped in there, and let's get some pesticides going, and
farm-raised salmon.
There you go, 5,000.
Stop
your complaining.
So we're like, wait, is that a free-range cow? Hold on, is it? Let's make sure it is.
Are those cage-free eggs?
Yes. Yeah, but I was just blown away with his question. Was Jesus ripped? Sure, buddy.
Apparently, our listeners were also blown away by it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, dude.
I'd be curious. Maybe ask your son. Okay, well, I guess it was just he saw it.
Yeah,
he saw the crucifix with it, and I guess it's not that interesting of a story when you delve down into it.
Well, because I've seen it, the crucifix too, where he doesn't look ripped, but he does look like he's in shape. But then also I've seen him where he has blonde hair and blue eyes.
Oh, you can thank the Dutch for that. Yeah. I mean, the Germans.
Jeez.
Sorry.
That's pretty close. Say he wasn't blonde hair and blue eyed.
Well, I don't know.
Absolutely,
I don't know if he. I don't think he was.
He's. I like how you're hedging your bet. Like, no, we obviously know he wasn't. Like,
John's like, wow, there could be an argument that
I don't want to be caught in between you two. No, we obviously.
He could have looked like he was a guy from like the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC with some highlights or some frosted tips. You don't know.
Frosted tips. That's what.
Jesus is walking around.
That's why the Pharisees actually hated him, because they couldn't get frosted tips.
Yeah, he was the first one to pull it off.
Yeah, everybody was jealous of his swag and his drip going on. And they're like, this guy's full of baloney.
It's like, look at those sandals he's wearing. Oh, that's like the Gucci sandals back then.
Oh yeah.
Well, he did. Oh no, he didn't. But the Romans were
people
took over. Well, no, they took They were in charge.
Oh, yeah.
Took over. Yes, they were people. But the Roman Empire was in charge of Israel at the time. So
True.
maybe he had a little Gucci or Louis.
Straight from Italy.
Yeah.
Straight from Milan.
Yeah.
The Milan catwalks.
Yeah.
There's Italian just masquerading as a Roman. Hello, I'm selling this fine
Do you just say an Italian masquerading as a Roman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he did say that.
Okay.
Say that.
And then he proceeded with a quasi-British accent.
Everybody in America knows that everybody in history, no matter where you're from, has a
British
quasi-British
very true.
Yes.
accent. It's like, oh man, this is a great movie. It's Roman Empire. Yes.
All British actors.
Can you put on the T? What?
Wait a minute, what? Tea?
I had a glass of wine.
Wine?
Well, a little German.
So you have some chips.
Chips. Can I get
They
some
all have
fish
and chips, which are delicious, by the way.
They are
Oh,
very
good.
good.
Fish and chips are
Or
amazing.
was it crisps? Fish and crisps or something.
Yeah, but
like that.
crisps are
that's cookies,
chips.
right?
Oh
No,
those
those
are
No.
No, cookies are biscuits.
cookies are biscuits.
It's so confusing. They
Crisps
destroyed
are
the
chips,
English language.
and chips are fries.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. Not to make it more confusing.
Yeah.
They've destroyed the English language.
I am so ready to go over to England and just blend in.
We're gonna fit in. We're gonna do a podcast from there. I need somebody, if one of our UK listeners can please explain to me how television works over in England, because I watch British series. My wife and I subscribe
sure.
to BritBox.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand how there's seasons. First off, they don't call them seasons; they call them series.
Okay.
And then there's no rhyme or reason. Like I was just, the first series has like 142 episodes, and then each series after has like 2, and then one will have like 5, and another one will have like 25, and then the next one will be 3, and then there will be like a 10-year gap between that series and the one that comes after it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. What are you guys doing over there? Like here in America, we have like, it used to be you'd have like 30 some. One day we had the 3 major networks. It was like you get a TV show, it has 30 episodes per season. Boom, it's great. Now we toned it back and we do like 10. Most shows have like 10 episodes a season. But at least it's still consistent. You guys over there in the UK, what are you doing?
All willy-nilly.
I can't follow any of it. And there's, I don't know, just the time progression. It's like there's so much time in between these things, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
It's the writers, really. Over here in America, we have like writing factories. Over there, they actually have writers that put thought into it and everything. Our writers are just like, this sounds good. Put it out.
This could be funny. Let's try it.
Yeah.
Well, for the Sherlock Holmes series with Benedict Cumberbatch,
I love that
they
series.
had, I think, 3 series, but only had 3 episodes, but each episode was an hour and a half.
Well, that one was a unique one. That was more like television movies sorts of things.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really wish they would come out with like a 4th season. Oh, I loved.
Haven't they talked about that?
I thought they did, and I don't know what's going on, but oh my goodness, I loved that series.
I think they're too focused on Doctor Who over there. That's all they do is Doctor Who.
They do a lot, but again, that one also doesn't make any sense because all of a sudden they're partnered up with Disney for Doctor Who, and now they're not. I don't understand it at all.
Doctor Who is now garbage.
Yeah. Wait. Yes. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I used to watch Doctor Who quite often. I used to show on PBS every now and then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the one. Matt Smith, but who was before that? What's his name?
Oh goodness.
Oh, that's bad. I should know that.
You're losing your.
I am losing my touch. But the previous Doctor,
David Tennant,
great Doctor Who. Matt Smith, got used to him, but he grew on me. And then I forgot who followed him. That was Peter.
It was Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, but he was only there for a short time.
Yeah, he was a short time.
But then after that, Doctor Who kind of just.
Well, then they had the first female Doctor.
Yep,
sure.
And then this newest Doctor is who? Do you know?
Doctor Who.
That's the question. That's the question. Right
I think
there.
that's the whole series. Who is Doctor Who?
It is.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Doctor No,
which is a great movie.
Yes, yeah. They did 007 right.
Did you guys hear about 007 and the change? Amazon owns it now.
Oh, really?
They own MGM.
Oh, okay.
So Amazon's in charge of James Bond now.
Oh boy.
Meet Henry Cavill. Here we come.
I don't think it's going to be
it's gonna be
Just
Cavill.
hopes and dreams. That's all.
What?
But I think he'd be a great James Bond, actually.
I think he's too big.
Oh, he'd slim
Yeah.
down. He'd slim down.
You kind of have.
No, he did it for one.
Can he physically?
Yeah, no, he can. Yeah.
I mean, he can. It just a lot of.
He's at that point where there's no return.
It's like just a lot of muscle loss.
Have you seen Christian Bale in all the movies he did?
Yeah, but Christian Bale is
he's weird.
He's
Christian Bale
not gonna disagree with that, but he put his like dedication to the craft is.
He's
wild.
a method actor, which is annoying. Yeah. Method actors are annoying.
Well, the thing about Henry Cavill though too is that the reason he stayed big is because he had Superman, but now he's no longer Superman, so there's no reason for him to stay.
Well, he was Superman and Witcher.
Yeah, sure, but he's neither of those, so now there's no reason for him to stay.
But he was big in Enola and Enola 2.
Yeah,
and
when he was in The Immortals.
Enola?
Enola, yeah.
What was that about?
What?
Sister of Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Oh, Enola Holmes. Okay,
yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed it by Enola. I have no idea.
He played a Sherlock Holmes that actually was a bodybuilder.
Not
actually from the
he was ripped.
Books. Yeah,
he was a ripped Holmes.
There we go. Okay.
He walked a lot.
Maybe bring that one up to your son. You're gonna start the conversation up on that one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But in Immortals he wasn't quite as big, but he was ripped.
Yeah.
And then
Immortals, what was
that was way back.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, that was the one about the Greek.
Yeah,
okay.
Because I think that'd probably be the size he'd have to probably get down to.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, though, it's like Hollywood's evolving. Like, why not have a big James Bond? I mean, now that Amazon owns, they could be like, hey, let's do this.
Well, because if they're gonna have a big James Bond, then why not just go for The Rock?
He's not.
We
British.
need somebody who can act.
Yeah, I need someone who is actually British and can act.
Oh, could you imagine The Rock doing it with the British accent? Oh, Miss Moneypenny, thank you very much.
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. You did the eyebrow thing and everything. It was perfect. I can see it.
Oh man, yeah, no,
Jeff Bezos should dump his money into it and bring back Sean Connery through artificial intelligence.
Yes, that would be
AI. Yeah.
Oh. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
I
Jeff,
don't like.
You got to call me. That's my idea, Jeff. Help me.
That would be.
Look, I don't.
Are we bringing back the '60s?
Hold on, I need to negotiate a deal with him a minute. Jeff, if you're listening, which I know you do, I don't ask for much. Just in 15 years, I want to ride on your yacht. Okay, easy. The idea, you can have it. But I'm sorry, you were saying about which Sean Connery?
Yeah, would you?
Yeah, well, it's not going to be the old.
Like The Rock, Sean Connery. He's okay.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Sean
Entrapment,
Connery.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That was a bummer. That one didn't do well. I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah,
that's a controversial take because I know a lot of people did not enjoy it.
I liked it. I thought they were going to do.
It was based on a comic book. Too.
Yeah. And they actually asked Sean.
You didn't say like everybody knew that. I didn't know.
Oh,
you didn't? That's what it said. It was based on a comic book.
It said it right in the credits.
Well, no, I think they advertised that as based on a comic or something like that.
I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it after it had come out.
He saw it on the streaming service. Yeah. He wasted his time on the streaming service.
And on Super 8.
Nice. No, because I remember that
with those big giant discs that you play. I don't know.
Because they offered
laser disc. That's what I was thinking of.
They offered the role.
I thought you were at a Super 8.
The motel.
I saw it at a Super 8.
They offered the role of Morpheus to Sean Connery.
But
he didn't understand it, so he's like, "I don't want this." And then he goes, "You know what? I might as well try to delve into some sort of like superhero type thing."
Morpheus
from The Matrix.
Yeah, Matrix.
What?
They offered him that role.
I couldn't.
The
see
one
that.
played by Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he said he didn't understand the script. He didn't understand, so he's like, "I don't think I should do this because this is not for me."
Oh,
fascinating.
I know.
Well, in all honesty, though, could you see him trying to be like as physical as what Lawrence was? Like.
He probably just punched the guy. All right, you're done.
He'd do the judo chop from the 60s. 007.
Austin Powers, judo chop.
Well, that's what Austin Powers was mocking, was if you watched like the...
It was?
I'm just... But when you watch... Sean Connery in the James Bond, those hits or those chops are so hilarious. Because like one chop to the shoulder/neck, guy goes down, and I'm like, oh.
The stunt guy does it. Action. What happened? Oh, I didn't feel. I'm sorry. Can you do that again?
Yeah, it's like
sorry.
it's like I started walking up to my friends and doing that. They're like, "Dude, that's so annoying. What are you doing?" It's like, well, this didn't work out the way that I was planning.
You were hoping it would just knock him
Yeah,
right out.
I was like, "You're supposed to go down, dude."
Kind of like what's that? The Vulcan death pinch.
Yes.
I had a teacher in high school that did that to a student.
Oh no!
Cracked
What?
me up. It was a good real. It wasn't like.
Oh, they were very close.
Well, they weren't that close. But she had a good sense of humor. The teacher did, and so did. I mean, we all liked her because she had a great sense of humor. And I think the student fell asleep, and she walked over and she woke him up by.
Oh, I thought you meant he fell asleep after she did that to her.
Like, oh no, that worked.
Oh, thank you.
She's a Vulcan.
Yeah.
She hid the ears really well.
Well, because after Star Wars came out, everyone's trying to force choke each other.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I still had automatic doors open them with the Force
That's
when
true.
I go through them. Absolutely.
I can't imagine going shopping with you. Like, your wife must be so sad. Every time you're just like, hold on, babe. There you go.
I got this for you.
You are welcome.
May the Force be with you.
And like that 1 out of 10 times the light turns green when you say green.
Yeah.
You're like, see, it works.
I have the power.
She's like, you have something.
Unlimited power.
Well, it was definitely from
Palpatine had some good ideas.
Attack of the Clones when Obi-Wan is on the
How
water.
did we get on Star Wars? This
No,
is ridiculous.
I'm saying
All
because
roads
he was the
lead
one who
to
did it. He was when he was trying to fight Jango Fett. He jumped down the door and he went like that, and the door opened. So everyone started just doing that.
That's the way to do it.
Oh.
He forced it open.
Which is hilarious because if all you nerds were to watch, all the doors slide open.
Yeah, but not everyone after he does that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Sometimes they just do it
take
automatically.
just take a look at the entire franchise. All the doors slide
They have the
open.
little sensors up above the door. The Jedis are just frauds this whole time. They've just been doing the door trick, and everybody bought it. They went around and installed the little sensor on the top of each door, and they've just been tricking everybody ever since then.
Everyone walks through, they're like, I'm a Jedi. No, you didn't do the hand thing. You're not a Jedi.
No.
George Lucas is sitting at Neverland Ranch going, suckers. I know it's not Neverland Ranch.
No, isn't that Michael Jackson?
That is.
Well,
maybe he bought it.
Well,
maybe.
He has Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah, Skywalker Ranch.
I know. Calm down, guys.
I feel like you didn't know that one.
I did.
Okay.
I just
said
like to
Neverland.
keep the geek on the low.
He emailed the show and was very impressed with Russell's
Yeah, he
knowledge.
said that.
No,
he was
wasn't.
very impressed.
Yeah.
I wired him that $500,000 he asked for.
Good. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
from the show.
Yeah, he wants it.
And what did you put in the memo line?
He's starting to GoFundMe for buying Star Wars back from
Disney.
Nice. That would be. I'd throw in $1 or $2 for that.
Oh, I'll have him email you.
There you go.
Maybe not 500, but
Gotta start somewhere, though.
Yeah.
You really
every
do.
dollar counts. Every
Exactly.
dollar.
Now, I will admit we did send some Monopoly money in there, so it's probably not fully.
Oh, it was
500.
all Monopoly
Oh,
money.
okay.
Oh, okay.
None of it was
Okay,
real.
okay.
I sent it as Republic credits.
Oh, there you. Oh,
Nice.
he'll get it.
I figured
Yeah.
he would get the joke.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Not only will he get the joke, but he will also use it. So
Yeah.
Right. Well, he's like, "May the force be strong," or "Be
what?
force be
Yeah.
with you."
Uh huh.
Okay, well, on that note, folks, we are at the end of this episode. Brent, unless you were off last Friday and the Friday before, if you have anything to add.
No, I was just. I don't know. You guys.
Do you like tiramisu?
I've never had it.
Do you like dessert in general?
Yeah.
What's your go-to dessert?
Go to dessert.
It's fruitcake, isn't it?
No, it's not. Gross. Oh, my go-to dessert, hands down. I actually wrote my mom a letter when I was at boot camp for this dessert, and she did not let me down. No baked cookies.
Oh, yeah, those are delicious.
Those are very good.
I ate so many.
How come those weren't in the
I don't know.
dessert March Madness bracket?
I don't know, but I ate so many. I went back to the squad bay and that was a rough night because I didn't have any sweets for 3 months.
I feel like in America they should have their own dessert March Madness because there's so many American desserts that weren't on that list. Like
Yeah.
no bake cookies, puppy chow, or stuff like that too. I mean,
But
Puppy
yeah,
chow a dessert?
yeah,
I think it can be. Yeah.
it's a finger dessert.
Okay, that's fair.
Much like the tiramisu is made out of fingers of the Italian ladies.
No, it's finger ladies.
Oh, finger ladies.
I mean,
how small is that lady? I mean,
very, very small.
About a finger length.
About a finger length, yes. Yep.
My goodness. Yeah. Either that or there's a ton of Italian women walking around with nubs. Like just palms.
The real problem.
It is.
Yeah, all the tiramisu that we consume.
Yeah.
They got a finite supply.
Yeah, there's a village.
They're thinking
don't
about,
worry about it.
Trying to outsource it and get some more from the finger legs.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, you receive a letter
from the
government saying it's your time. You're like,
it's like they're
over in New York.
Yeah, Finger Lakes.
Yeah,
Finger Lakes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Finger Lakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Finger Lakes or Finger Legs?
Finger Lakes.
Is it Finger Lakes?
Yeah.
Lakes.
Oh, that seems weird.
Who would want to go to a Finger Lake?
Yeah, that would be.
That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
It's like I'm swimming in a giant finger. It's okay. I got tiramisu. We're gonna eat some fingers.
Yeah.
It's just the finger licking day.
Oh, it's like KFC.
Oh,
finger licking good.
That's the entree right before tiramisu.
I was saying, why
at the Finger Lakes?
Why doesn't KFC? There's an idea. TM Colonel, back off. We'll go to war.
Oh, well, he's a colonel.
That's all right.
Okay.
For dessert, I will. If only I had, but I forget the quote, but something about having one life to lay down for dessert. But Colonel, back off, because I have an idea. Call me, because we have tiramisu dessert for KFC. All finger-related, finger-licking good chicken.
There you go.
And then lady finger dessert.
Oh.
To go well with those free-range chickens that they serve there.
You can get some chicken fingers.
Mm-hmm. Instead of lady fingers, they put chicken fingers in the tiramisu. Yeah. Okay, this idea just got better.
Boy. I'm just saying. So, kind of back to John's statement, where you get the letter in the mail that your time's up for your lady fingers. That's kind of like their jury duty.
Yeah,
you do it out of sense of patriotism and justice.
Except you're that one person who gets called multiple times in a row.
I have no more fingers to give.
We know you do.
I don't. I don't. I really don't.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call this a finger licking good episode.
Or no fingers to give.
No fingers to give.
What a finger.
Giving the listeners the finger.
Oh,
is that the one?
Yeah,
that's the one.
Or giving a finger.
Folks, thank you for listening.
I like how we just. That's our process for coming up for titles for the show.
We just start spitballing, and we get there eventually. Folks, thanks for listening. We'll be back Friday with trivia.
Ooh.
So
if Brent's here.
Well, yeah, if he shows up.
Well, then it will be to John, right? I want one time though. I want you to ask John some trivia.
Well, why don't we do that, John?
Oh, yeah. Does someone want to go 0 for 5 on questions?
It's okay.
Nobody's
do
done
fine.
it yet.
You'll do
Wait,
fine.
have you done it?
0 for 5?
Yeah.
No. I think he's done 2 for 5.
You did
close.
1 for 5.
I did do
it's
1
the subjects that we.
And I think that was Rivers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
Rivers. Yeah, you were
Rivers,
terrible. at
Rivers gets you every time.
Get a map.
Yeah.
It's not like lakes because I know the Finger Lakes.
You know the Finger Lakes. That one, I won't trivia on lakes there. So.
Yeah. We also, what's the other stuff? Oh, sharks. You know everything about sharks too.
Sharks. Yeah, you're a whatever you call an ichthyologist.
Sharkyologist.
Sharkyologist.
A sharky. That sounds like the technical term. Yeah.
It is. Trust me, I'm a sharkyologist.